I'm so excited today because not only is it my birthday, it is also a live interview with Chris Green. And you know that I do book reviews on Chris Green's Retail Arbitrage, and I really respect him as an entrepreneur. So what better way to celebrate my day than with Chris? So welcome, Chris.
Tracy, thanks for having me. Happy birthday! This is quite a coincidence. So it's great to be on your show on your birthday. I'm humbled and honored.
I can imagine a better birthday gift than having someone that I really respect and enjoy talking to. So thank you for taking time out of your day. I know you're really busy today, and I appreciate it, and that you're not making fun of me with my beautiful tiara here. You
No,
like it?
I like the colors. I mean, you got kind of the Elsa braid going on. I mean, you got a little Frozen inspired,
I
color
know.
coded. You can pull. I can't
Right?
that
Is
look.
it gonna match?
It does. I mean, you can pull it off. I can't really pull off the Elsa look. So.
I'm sure everybody here knows who you are, or they should know who you are. But go ahead and just introduce yourself and, tell us what you do for a living and who you are.
Oh, it's a big question. I don't want to go into too much history, but a lot of people do know me as Chris Green from ScanPower or Chris Green from Amazon and FBA. I kind of made a name for myself in that area, and then I got into publishing books, and now we do coaching courses. We've been on TV and radio, and we've done a lot of YouTube videos lately. And I tell you, it's fun being able to use the tools and media and access that we have to help people today. I know you have a good audience of helping people with entrepreneur ideas and hustling and just buying and selling in all these different ways. And you're using YouTube, kind of the same way, and as we're using Facebook and all this stuff. It's So what do I do? As an official, I mean, I'm the guy at ScanPower. And we co-founded the company with Paul Rutherford. We're still 50-50 co-founders today. And a lot of my time today is spent kind of organizing conferences for people, self-publishing books. I mean, my latest book, Online Arbitrage, has been a huge success. And I'm riding that wave. I got more books lined up for this year, lots of good stuff. And I know we want to talk about self-publishing today, so I don't want to talk too much about myself without talking about self-publishing and what the audience, what everybody listening and watching, what they can do using the same tools that I use, the same tools that you use, to either make some money at their business, to grow an audience, whatever they want to do. We can help you do it. I'm gonna take these off though. I can't see anything.
Well, I think it's fascinating how you evolved. If I'm correct, I think you started eBay in around 1999, and it was with wrestling action figures. Wasn't that right?
Jack Specific.
And
it goes way back. I mean, we all got iPhones now, right? We all take it for granted. We have these phones. This was before all that. This is the 90s, right? Not just 10 years ago, 15, 16 years ago, where I would drive to the store and write down UPCs and write down, okay, this is Stone Cold versus The Undertaker, SummerSlam 2-pack, and go home. And you couldn't look it up on eBay in the store. You had to go home and look it up and be like, oh, okay, that's a good one, and then drive back to the store. Now we just scan barcodes. We're like, whatever, and we take it for granted.
Right, which is how you evolved. Because then you went into ScanPower, correct? And you created that. And then,
the step from that
well, I
to
guess
ScanPower.
eBay and then FBA.
Well, I was working for a power tool company, so I started buying up the clearance because I was in a Home Depot anyway, basically every day for 5 years, calling on the stores, buying up all that clearance. Dallas-Fort Worth was like just the easy place because there were so many stores around. So you get so much volume to make some real money. So I did eBay, went over to Amazon. Then as soon as FBA hit, I sent all my inventory to FBA. And I was like, well, now what do I do? So I got into scanning books and book sales and thrift stores. I was like, ooh, this is super easy. And then I sent all that to FBA. And I was like, where's the bottleneck of this business? And the bottleneck was that there was no software to automatically price. This is back when pricing for FBA, nobody knew how to do it. Like, what do you mean add the shipping? There was nothing to do that. There was no way to print labels individually. There was no way to process one-off inventory for FBA. So I hired a programmer. Then later we founded the company and let other people use the software that was made just for me. And the books got started because we were so popular that people were calling and just asking the same questions over. How do you price for FBA? And as much as I wanted to take every call, I can't. There's not enough time in the day. So I said, look, I'm going to write a really long PDF. You read it first, then call me. If there's anything that I missed, just call me, no problem. And then it kind of became a book, so then I published it, and it was like, hey, that was really easy. And then like everybody's like, wow, you're the guy that wrote a book. And then, I mean, I didn't do this on purpose. The past 5 or 6 years, I've kind of been an accident, but it's a great accident. So I'm just going to keep riding it. So I don't know what's next, but it'll be exciting.
Well,
Whatever
that is terrific because you started with Retail Arbitrage, which is the book that I started doing a book review on my channel with. And then you evolved into, well, editing the Retail Arbitrage to just arbitrage and then adding an online arbitrage, which has been really successful. It's selling for a whopping like $299. There it is. Love it. And then the online arbitrage. And then I hear rumor of a third book called Audience.
It's an idea that I've had because I've tried to explain what I've done and try to give other people advice. Because there's a lot of people out there like, yeah, I want to do what you do. I want to be like a Chris Green. And I'm like, okay, it's harder than you think. You know, one of the secrets that I have is I make the hard look easy, right? So everybody's like, oh, I'm gonna start a Facebook group. That looks really easy. And I'll tell everybody right now, running the ScanPower Facebook group is probably one of the harder jobs because it's not a group where it's just my way or the highway, right? I've got customers in there. I've got people who pay me money every month. And if they want to get in a fight and pick some drama, you can't just kick them out and be like, you know, oh, you said a bad word or you insulted my friend. Or it's a fine line to walk to keep everybody in line, on track, on topic, provide value. You know, some people are, you know, not as nice as other people, but if they're customers, you have to, you know, it's tough. But I make it look easy. So, you know, we're like the first big group. There's a lot of big groups now. I love that there's lots of groups. There's lots of picking groups and reselling groups and Amazon groups and newbie groups and just straight eBay and Amazon. And it's great for all the people who want to get on and get some help. There are a ton of places to go. Get your questions answered and get started. But then once you get started making money, you got to get off Facebook, right? Not as much time on Facebook. I can spend time on Facebook because I make money on Facebook, right? I've got a product and books and courses, and I have a reason to be there. But if you don't have a reason to be there, you should be spending your time finding products, selling products, building your business, finding customers, stuff like that. So I hate to say don't get on Facebook, but be careful how much time we all spend on Facebook.
So when can I, being your #1 fan, actually buy Audience? Is there a when is that? When can we expect that?
It won't be a few months, for at least a few months. It's one of those works in progress. You've never written a book, right? Like a long book. You've got some stuff out there, but
I haven't written a book, but I'm really interested in it. Which is, you know, our main focus today is about self-publishing because I want you to tell us everything you know. I want you to spill your guts
here. And I'm not pointing at me because it's my ideas, but it's, you know, people discount how smart people are. And if you just stop and think, and I don't mean to use the word meditate like, you know, go yoga style, but if you just fill your head and concentrate on an idea, you'll figure out the best way. It's like when you have a problem and you work on it for so long, and then like 3 days later, the solution was the easiest one. You just didn't see it. It's finding that solution. It's like, oh, that's the way we should do it. And we're dealing with things that no one's dealt with before. I'm using self-publishing in ways that nobody has ever done before. So you don't have that like go-to, oh, I'll just do it like that guy. I'm like, no, I'm doing something that no one has ever done before. And it might not work, but guess what? It might work. And it takes me this long, right? Like this long to try it, and this like this little bit of money to see if it'll work. And if it fails, who cares? But if it succeeds, I'm the king, right? Because everybody's like, oh my goodness, you see that crazy idea and it actually worked? And I'm like, guys, don't give me that much credit. Everybody can be trying new things, but so many of us are afraid to do it. So I try new things all the time.
That's key.
I got it here somewhere. I might grab it maybe halfway through the show. But I've got a book here that did not work. It failed miserably. I still believe in it, but there's no way for me to make it work. So what did we do? We pulled the plug on it. It didn't work. But no problem. It didn't take long, and it didn't take a lot of money to figure out that it didn't work. no big deal, right? And I've got one right here that we'll talk about here in a few minutes that I haven't released yet, but I am so convinced that this will change everything. Yeah, and you have to premiere on this. I haven't even posted this on my own Facebook page yet, so it's right here.
Oh, it's a birthday gift.
It's up here, and it's awesome.
Oh, that was a tease. I'm not even sure that was fair.
Right? Because this is the one.
Right. I love that.
I've really used strategically and done things that no one's ever done before. And it kind of leads into this and this. And yeah, because I think the audience that you're going to have here, they want to learn more about than just self-publishing, right? Because it's easy to publish a book. It's hard to sell a book, right? Because you don't publish on CreateSpace and Amazon and you're on the shelf of Barnes & Noble. No, you're on the shelf at Amazon, and who's going to find you? And who's going to pony up money and buy it? People will buy my books because I have a audience, right? People know what I've put out before. I give them value at scale. I connect with them. I have a distribution system of information through Spreecast, through Facebook, through email, through all this stuff. You know, that's not free, right? Like, that takes time to build up. So if you're fresh, you could know online arbitrage better than me. Yeah, you got to have a platform, and that's part of what audience is. You know, just the last things we can say on audience, we'll move on just because there's so much to talk about with this. It's the importance of having an audience, as well as how to build an audience. And I'll tell everybody this is what I'm going to put in the book, of the smartest way to build an audience is to go to other people. There's two things, and one I don't even do as well myself, but go to Twitter and find people that are talking about what you're an expert in and engage in those conversations. Don't sell them stuff. Because if someone's talking about something on Twitter, you can search and find it, and you can respond to them. And Twitter just released a video reply feature. So if you got someone in there talking about cats, you can go in and reply by video. And right now, nobody's doing it. So if someone gets a video reply, they're going to notice. It's going to catch them by surprise. They're going to be impressed. They're going to be like, who the heck is this? I got to check out their profile. I'm following this guy. That's right now. Right. That just came out. The other way, a very easy way, is to go to groups. Facebook is like the number one because everybody's there, or other groups that are talking about whatever you're an expert in. And your job for the next 6 months is to help people and to make whoever the admin is of that group look awesome. That's your job. That's it. Go in and answer questions. Someone has a question about FBA, and here, let's be real specific. Come into ScamPower and answer questions in my group and be helpful, and I promise people will click on your profile, they will send you friend requests, they will start to follow you, and then you can engage with them. You're not coming in and spamming. You're not coming in and poaching members and saying, oh, this guy talks a lot about FBA, so I'm going to send him a private message and invite him to my group. No, people are too smart for that. It might kind of work, but if someone tries to poach me and be like, hey, I saw you in this group, you should come over to my group, I just lost a lot of respect for that person because they're not doing it the right way. It's not hard to do it the right way, but it's a long-term play that people aren't willing to do, right? Make the admin look good. Promote their stuff. That's how you're going to, become a member of a group, community. There are communities out there that have been around for years. You can't just show up and be like the new guy and be like, hey, buy my stuff. One, it doesn't work, right? Because the internet's too smart. They don't click on spam anymore. I'm not worried about spam in my group because no one's going to click on the fake Ray-Bans and put their credit card number in. They don't. I don't have to worry about that. But whoever posts that just ruin their credibility for what? For nothing. They're not even getting a few clicks out of it, right? Your reputation is so much more valuable. So you can build your audience, and then once you build the audience, this is the cool part, then we're going to talk about self-publishing, because there's ways that you can monetize your audience, and not monetize for the sake of monetizing, but you can't just give for free forever. You have to have a back end, where that back end is video courses or subscriptions or books or apps or whatever it is. It's never been easier to create your own content. I don't mean to pick on affiliate marketers just for the sake of it, but I see no reason why people need to be promoting other people's stuff I mean, I saw it like 5 years ago. It was difficult to self-publish. It was difficult to make a Udemy course or a YouTube channel. Now it's not. So why promote other people's stuff when you can promote your own stuff, right? And you can do both, right? I'm not trying to be like one or the other, but you will make so much more money. You have so much more credibility. Your audience will love you so much more if it's your own stuff. You'll be a Chris Green instead of that guy who promotes everybody else's stuff. It's a long-term play. So that's a long answer.
Well, everybody knows that I want to be Chris Green when I grow up. So if I were to do like a PowerPoint presentation of what you're saying right now, I would be like, step one, create your platform, create your audience, give freely to, give some type of content that's beneficial on these platforms, and then self-publish, which you use Amazon.com, right? With, was it Creative Space that you use?
I wish they would change the name because it's createspace.com. It's owned by Amazon, right? So there's no need to have two different sites. Yeah. And I mean, whenever I do presentations, I hold up my books. I mean, people think I'm kind of a hotshot because I've published a book. And I get that. I mean, I used to look at, if someone wrote a book and they were an author, I'm like, oh my goodness, that guy's like an author. He must have like an agent and like he works in New York City. Publishing a book today, in 2015, consists of logging on to CreateSpace, uploading a Word document, and uploading a PDF cover. You are now a published author.
Wow.
That's it.
Online sharing, how long did it take you to create the content of online arbitrage, for example?
A lot of people
Are we talking years or months?
No, I mean, it's not a fair question, right? Because this book is ridiculous.
It's huge. It's like the Bible.
It's the max page count. You can't put any more pages in there.
Links, and you have color photos, and I love that book, just so you know. I think it's awesome. And I just want to know, out of curiosity, how long does a great book like that take? I could be 100 trying to write a book, right?
Well, here's another secret about books, is perfect is the enemy of done, right? And I stole that from my guy, Gary Vee. Perfect is the enemy of done. If you try to wait till your book is perfect, it'll never be done. And that's the importance of having a connection with your audience. I published this book. The first version of this book had a ton of typos. It still probably has some typos. But you know who cares about the typos? Nobody. Because the people who buy my book, like I said earlier, it's hard to sell a book. I sell all my own books. Nobody stumbles across a $300 book and they're like, yeah, let me see what that's about. No, they buy it because they know me and they know the book, or they've seen this show and they're like, oh, okay, I like what that guy has to say. I'm going to buy the book. So since they know me, since I'm selling to people I know, like I don't know everybody, but we have some context, they're not worried about a typo. If you buy it straight off the shelf for $300, have no idea who I am, and you see a typo, you're going to be like, screw this guy. He has typos in a $300 book. Are you kidding? This guy's a clown. But because they know me, heck, they'll send me a message. Say, hey, we got a typo on page 48? I'm like, oh, cool, thanks, man, and I'll fix it. It ain't personal, right? But where are we going with that?
I just want you to tell me everything you know about self-publishing in like 10 minutes or less. I mean, that's fair, right? It is my birthday.
A question to ask, how long it took me to write this book, because I wrote this book in about 2.5 months, and that is unrealistic. So I don't want people to think, oh, if I put my head down for 2.5 months, I can write a 480-page book and have 40 private videos and set up, private coaching and all that. To me, that's not realistic. I can do it because I knew this content inside and out. I had published before. Right, so the formatting didn't slow me down as much as it will definitely slow down someone else doing their first book. I mean, I've got the content, right? And I'm happy to say I was very fortunate. The time that I wrote this, all the examples were live. And I've told this story where like 3 in the morning, I get an alert on my phone, and I'm like, ooh, that is such a great example for Keepa alerts or whatever it was. I need to get up, make the video now. My wife's like, what are you doing? Go back to bed. And I'm like, I have to capture this, because if I wait till the morning, it won't be live. That price won't be there. It won't be in stock. The graph won't be right. So, I mean, I hit real example. Every example in the book is real, and when I made the video or the screenshots, it was live. And that's what makes the book so legit. You can go through. You can go back and look. right? Like some of the deals right now aren't deals anymore. You know, supply and demand have changed. But every deal, you can go back and look at the price history graphs, the sales rank history graphs, and be like, yeah, this actually works. And it's all there in the book. I mean, all right, what do we got? We got 15 minutes? All right. We got to get into the secrets of self-publishing.
Yeah, I want to hear the secrets. Let's just jump to that.
Talk about both books, all right? This book doesn't make any money, all right? This book, I make like $1.50 every time it sells, which is technically money, but how many books do you have to sell at $1.50 profit to make some real money, right? Too many, right? And this is a very niche book. You know, it's not flying off the shelves, and Barnes & Noble is not carrying this. But what this book does is gives me credibility, right? So I would make no money on this and still sell it. I'd be happy because I can, you know, in this book, $9.95, it's full color cover, it's black and white on the inside. It's, what, 260 pages or something. This book cost me $4, $4 author cost, all right? So I can order a case of these things, I can go to a conference, and I can give these out. And it's like me giving them $4. And when you're a vendor and you've bought, like, you've gone to trade shows and they have squishy balls and little flashlight, keychain, bottle opener junk, they're probably giving you more than $4 worth of crap, right? I can give you the same amount of money, $4, but it's got my contact information and my phone number, and not to mention the credibility that comes with having a printed book with a barcode on the back and everything. I can have a call to action. You know, go to this website and sign up for my email list, and I'll give you a free month of Scam Power. I can build an audience by giving this away, right?
Right. Right.
The cheap book is for credibility. If you want to make money, you need to have an expensive book. All right. This book is $2.99. The way CreateSpace works is you set the list price. That's going to affect your royalty. And the difference between those, the only things that affect it are if your book is black and white or color. And the page count. That's it. It could be, you know, 5 by 8. It can be 8.5 by 11, like this one. It doesn't matter. That's going to affect the price. So on this book, I make $145 every time that book sells. Or I can order my own copies. Cost me $35, and I can sell them for whatever I want. I can go to an event and sell them for $100 if I want to, and make, you know, $60, $65 on them. But let's break this down to exactly what this is. This is an information product, right? This would be like the, hey, download my PDF. You know, send me PayPal and give me a PDF. Well, you know what converts a lot better than PayPal and PDFs? One click in Amazon Books, right? It's the same thing. If you can make a PDF, and I get why people made PDF, right? Because it was easy. Publishing books was difficult. You have to have like a minimum print run, like vanity publishers, where they'll publish your book. You just got to buy all your own copies, and it's like a minimum 1,500 or 5,000 copies. But now it's minimum 0. Absolute minimum print run is 0, and it costs nothing. So I've taken an information product, which would have been a long PDF, would have been some private videos with like a login, and I've published it as a book. You get the free Kindle version through a program called Kindle Matchbook. So they buy this, they get the Kindle version for free. The secret about Kindle Matchbook, if you buy the book, download the Kindle version, and then want to return the book thinking, oh, cool, I'll just keep the Kindle version, Amazon's going to charge you for the Kindle version. And the Kindle version costs $200. So I say that so authors aren't worried about, oh, they're just going to download my Kindle and then return it. They can. They're still going to get paid. Big secret time for anybody taking notes. CreateSpace royalties are non-refundable. Okay? So if someone buys my book from Amazon, I get paid. If Amazon takes the return, I keep the payment. Right? Amazon chooses. It's going to go to Amazon warehouse deals, right? So it's going to get resold, which means that sale is going to go to Amazon. They're going to keep the full price, and I'm not going to get royalty on that. So it evens out, right? But don't be worried that, oh, people are going to return my books, I'm going to lose my royalty. Nope. And I've gotten, I think, 2 returns out of 1,500 copies sold. And they're through FBA. I don't know why they returned them. I could ask, I guess. Maybe they ordered by accident. Maybe they didn't like it, right? It doesn't matter. You sell a lot of stuff, you're eventually going to get returns. So this is an information product turned into a physical product I have outsourced the manufacturing, the distribution, the payment processing, the customer service, the returns, everything. I could have wrote this book on a beach in Jamaica and get paid. But I have a physical product. A physical book through Amazon Direct, it's so much more legit. It can be the exact same thing as a squeeze page with a PDF download at the bottom. But this converts. People believe in this. They want to get something in the mail, right?
Right.
That's all it is. So, marketing genius, right? You got the book. It works. You know, if your content isn't good, it doesn't matter. But if your content's good, you can sell books. I don't know if you've seen this.
I have seen that.
This is the first 3 chapters of Online Arbitrage. But this book promotes, I don't know if you'll be able to read this, but it says, this is just a preview of the full Online Arbitrage book. I sell this, I think, for 20, maybe 10. Because this is black and white and not color, and because this is such a lower page count than the full book, this cost me about $2.20. I can give this away. I would rather give you this than a business card because it's got the same calls to action. It's got links to the real book. If you like this and you want to buy the full book, no problem. Here's the link. You can sign up for email address. I can build an audience, and this I can give away. I've given away swag, right? I've given away the squishy balls and all that. It's a waste of money. Giving this away is not a waste of money.
Well, no, and then not only that, but then they get to preview, and then they want to buy your $299 book.
Right. This is a lot. You know, it's cheaper. I mean, it's cheaper for a reason, right? I think I even put. You can read this for free if you're a Prime member, because this is. I also have this as a free download. Promote your stuff, right? Like I say, it's easy to write a book. It's hard to sell a book. So you have to have a plan. So if you have a high-dollar book, which is basically your course, you have other ways to promote it. You can have the low price, preview. You can give away, or you can give away just the PDF as a download. But I don't just let people download it. You have to give me your email address, and you can give me a fake email address, right? I don't care. But it says, yeah, download this. Just put your email address in, so I know who's downloaded it. And I can send them a follow-up later. Say, hey, hope you enjoyed the download. I'm running a special right now, or whatever. So I haven't pushed this very much, but one of the bigger reasons I like this is to give it away. This is such an easy giveaway at a meetup or a conference or something. It's like, here, take this, and it's got great. I mean, chapter 3 about the Google Chrome extensions is just solid, and that's in there. But we still haven't showed you the best part.
Then, I mean, really, you built an audience first, then you created a book, and then you are responsible for selling your own, marketing your own book, and you do that through meetups and through your Facebook groups and through these conferences, right? Right,
and you got to be willing to go to them, because we're talking more about audience again. I've done a lot of crossover shows lately, right? Like I was on, the Picker Show with Rake and Profit and Bonafide Hustler. I was on Paul's show, the Reseller Wake Up Show. I'm on your show here. I participate in other groups, and I know a lot of people. They want to build an audience. They want to build a brand. They're like, yeah, I want to like have 5,000 followers in Spreecast. I'm like, well, good, but first you have to start with 1 follower, right? Everybody gets obsessed with the top line numbers, right? I have 1 million followers on Twitter. I have this many subscribers on YouTube, and those don't matter. They really, really don't. There are Facebook groups out there that have way more members than ScamPower, but guess what? There's more engagement in ScamPower. There's more people that check it. There's more people that like and comment. It's not top line numbers. It really isn't. You want 1 million Twitter followers who don't care, or 1,000 Twitter followers that will buy your book, right?
It's all about the engagement.
Right, but you got to go out and do the work. You got to go. I mean, I've spoken at I don't know how many meetups. I don't get paid for that. I have one event that I get paid, and it's out in California. They saw me on YouTube, and they're like, hey, you should come talk, and they pay me. They don't pay me a lot. They pay my plane ticket, hotel, and like a little check. But it's better than me paying my own way. But I'm more than happy to do these. Like your show, this is great. You're getting a good guest, right, which is going to help, get viewers. But I'm happy to be on your show, right? Because people are going to know more about my book. But it only works if your stuff's good. But people need to respect every follower, every subscriber, You know, every single subscriber that you have, everybody that's watching this video, I need to run the numbers. I was thinking about this morning. I think there's something like, 48 hours of YouTube videos uploaded every minute, right? So the fact that anybody watches this show, meaning they're taking your minute out of 48 hours of different video that's uploaded every minute, right? They're choosing to watch yours instead of the close to infinite other choices they have. You got to respect that audience, that person. Just if 12 people watch and actually care and watch the whole video, it's way better than having a bunch of subscribers who don't watch it. But anyway, we're back on audience
absolutely.
instead of CreateSpace.
I know. Well, tell me about CreateSpace then, because honestly, I know nothing about CreateSpace. So give me the basic lowdown.
Well, CreateSpace, owned by Amazon. Upload your Word document in PDF. The first, I say the first is the worst. The first time you try to publish a book, it's going to suck. You're going to get rejected because your format's going to be off and you're not going to have the right sizing and whatever it is. But you get through it, you're like, okay, that really wasn't that hard. So you get your files right, you upload them, and you're published. It really is that easy. There's been maybe a dozen books kind of related to FBA that have been published. I encourage them to be more. You have to have good content, though. Content's harder than people think. But if you're not good at content, get better, right? If you're not good at hosting YouTube interviews, host 50, and I promise you'll get better, right? Your 50th one will be way better than your first. But you got to put yourself out there. But it's all integrated. You get the book done. It's going to say, do you want to be on Kindle? And you say, absolutely, I want to be on Kindle. And they convert it all for you and send it over to you to Kindle Direct Publishing for you. It's really easier than people make it out to be, but it gives you instant credibility. That's the big thing with CreateSpace. It's just easy, But
is that the main door that it has opened up for you, Chris? Is credibility? What other doors has it opened up as far as speaking engagement?
Oh, definitely. Because when people see you have a book, they just treat you different. Whether, I'm smarter because I have a book, which is probably not true. I just have a book. There's people out there smarter than me. They just don't have a book. I've told people you could go into your local radio station with your book and say, hey, I wrote this book on, entrepreneur and making money at home. And if you want to do a small business kind of segment, my phone number's in the book. Just give me a call. They're going to be like, sweet, we should totally do a segment with them. But if you walk in with a business card, they're going to be like, get out of here. It just gives you that extra level. People just look at you different. And I give it at least 10 years where self-publishing is really going to matter. But I got a CreateSpace secret that the one that no one knows about that we haven't talked about. We're coming up on 2 o'clock. So I want to make sure we get this in. All right, no one's seen this before. Right? So you see what's different about it, right?
Yeah, it doesn't have color.
Can you read this?
Okay, so does that make it less expensive? Is that the just black and white version? No private coaching.
I can't afford to coach you. So this is a lower priced option. This is black and white. Okay. You would not believe what this costs to print. 480 printed pages, and I mean this is just a black and white cover. It's color, right? I just uploaded it in a black and white. Still got my barcode on the back. I can order those copies for $6.60. Amazon sells it for $150. I expect them to drop it to about $99. I'm going to send in my own copies at $99, so I can sell them at $99 because I don't have to do the private coaching. Awesome. Right? So it's a lower priced option for someone who doesn't want to buy the full color. It is not as pretty. I mean, the full color one is just, it looks so good. This is black and white, right? So yeah, it's a lower price alternative. Here's the marketing secret. You ready? This is a $100 value. This is like handing someone a $100 bill. They can take it and sell it for all I care, right? I have basically printed my own money. Right?
Right.
Think about that. I have turned $6 into $100 I can give someone this, and they're going to drop and act like I just gave them $100 bill. That's, if I walked up to people and say, hey, here's $100, they're going to be like, heck yeah, it's my guy right here. Guess what? Here's the secret. I actually just gave them $6. So I can build an incredible audience, provide an insane amount of value by giving away $6. And you want to know what I'm going to do with it?
That's brilliant.
I'm going to go on my Facebook page, and I'm going to run a comment contest several times a week saying, hey, you have to comment on this post, and the winner will get a copy of this book. And guess where I'm going to promote that? In my 9,000 member ScanPower Facebook group. And because my Facebook page posts are going to get sick engagement, because everybody's going to comment, because everybody wants this $100 bill, those posts are going to go viral to my existing page audience. So for $6, I will get so much boost and awareness through Facebook compared to boosting a post, compared to promoting a post. No, $6. But it only, everything I'm saying only works because I have an audience. It's the only way. Anybody else could do the exact same thing, but if they don't have the audience, how's it going to work?
Well, that is remarkable. I mean, that is really remarkable. And honestly, the reason I think you have such a tremendous audience is because you're real. You're a genuine person.
Real person, real office,
yes.
Right? Like there's our kitchen with some dishes in it.
And that's what I love, and that's what I'm always preaching on my YouTube channel and Facebook group is, just keep it real, be authentic, and you're both of those. And the second thing I really respect is that you're always striving to be better. You're always striving to think of the next thing and to go the next step, and that's why I just have such confidence in your ScanPower app and your books that you're producing, is because I know the man behind the product. And I think that's how everybody feels. So, as great as all these secrets have been and stuff, yeah, bam. I have some very important questions for you, Chris, that I'm going to end with.
All right, let's do it.
I have my ScanPower glasses on. Are you ready? Just try to answer them as fast as you can. They're super important.
I don't
All
think
right,
answer
ready?
questions. Okay.
Yep. Your favorite color?
Red, obviously.
Favorite food?
Pizza.
Favorite activity?
Volleyball.
How do you like your coffee?
Don't drink coffee. Hot chocolate.
How do you relax?
Lay on the couch. Play Connect 4 with the kids. How about that?
Biggest pet peeve?
Hypocrisy.
Ooh. And last question, what did you want to be when you grew up as a boy?
Oh, I never really thought of it, and that kind of flows into right now. I'm just making this up as I go. Honestly, I make this, as we talked about earlier. I didn't mean to be a published author. I didn't mean to be an app developer. I didn't mean to be, this guy. So it wasn't a long-term plan. Just kind of fell into it. I like it, though.
Well, you pass. You pass with flying colors. Those are great answers to all those secret questions. Thank you for being with me today. I love these glasses. I think I'm going to wear them the rest of my birthday.
Awesome.
I appreciate everything.
All right. Thanks a lot. Happy birthday. See ya.
Thank